Okay, jumping in where I left off. I don't have much time today, but that usually doesn't stop me. I usually end up cutting out something else important to my life, like sleep. So it's like I think this one's going to be short, which means I think I'm not going to get to the end of this route. But who knows what's going to happen. Um, but usually these are longer than you expect. Like these endings, you go, oh, this is going to be quick, and then if my experience from the original is correct, they just kind of drag out and they just keep going and they go on. It's like an unexpectedly large amount of text compared to how much actually happens. Okay, I looked at the elevator door where Sora was, is where I left off at. The big oof for the end of last time was, "Where's Yoiki?" In every ending in the original, when you go into Himmel, you find a person in there. That's the reason why the door is unlocked. That's the person who unlocks the door, because actually the door unlocks in the original. That they call the researcher, which you figure out at the end of the game is Yoiki. He's not here. Now the implication is, well, he's there, but he's in a separate room called the computer room that they didn't go into, and they're gonna have to come back up and go into the computer room at some point. We'll see if that actually happens. Of course, Sora was not there. Okay, we're getting some of these issues here where we're getting this, like this turning into sister. I'd be like Sora's body was not there, is what he's trying to say, or Sora's image, not Sora's sister. I'll be waiting for you, Sora. When Coco's treatment is over, it's your turn. Well, it will be over for a while. You have to come back to the computer room, won't you? I pouted and muttered to the door.
ここのことですっかり忘れてたわね。
I forgot about all about this place, didn't I? Huh? First, there's a lot of things weird about that. One is this is Coco, right? So this is not something. This is a borrowed word like spelling. This is possessive. So this is Coco something. This word is you saying Coco something, like Coco's possessive. How does that turn into I forgot all about this place? I don't see how any like bad substitutions or bad OCR readings. So it's all DeepL doing that. Right, so that's not how that line goes, but I don't really have a way to fix it. Sora says that her program is quite special and that the machine must be special to run it. Oh, okay.
確かにここのコンピューターは特殊よ。だいたい空を見てたら想像つくけどね。
Maybe it was kind of like what she was trying to say is given Coco's condition, I forgot all about Sora. The computers here are very special, as you can imagine if you look at Sora. What do you mean?
空の場合、同時に並行的処理で考え、発想や考え方も進化しているみたいよね。
In the case of Sora, it seems that we are thinking in that she is thinking in parallel processes at the same time, and her ideas and thinking are evolving too.
これって非ノイマン型で第5世代のコンピューターにしかできないことなのよ。
So they make a big deal of parallel processes. Have you ever heard of something called the GPU? This is a non-Newmanian and can only be done with a fifth generation computer. Fifth generation computer. That's like a toddler speak. I was going like 10 speed. Yeah, whatever you were saying, generation 5?
一般的なコンピューターってノイマン型で決められた命令を手順を追って処理するだけなの。
At least they're not doing quantum computers. You're misrepresenting that. A typical computer is a Neumann-type computer, and it just processes a predetermined set of commands in a step-by-step fashion. That is correct.
早い話、第4世代まではただ早いだけの計算機ってとこね。
Up until the 4th generation, it was just a fast calculator.
空の性能だとさらに上の第6、7世代ぐらいいってるんじゃないかしら。
I think the performance of Sora is even higher than that, maybe in the 6th or 7th generation.
でも第5世代以上のコンピューターなんて実用化されているなんて聞いたことないし。
But I've never heard of a 5th generation or higher computer being put to practical use.
空は開発段階の試作モデルで運用実地テストで使われているのかも。
Is she talking about neuromorphic computing? That's a different kind of logic, or is she talking about, yeah, if they do qubits, they're going to be kind of annoyed at that, but whatever. Sora is a prototype model in the development stage, maybe used for operational field tests. Operational testing in a place like this?
こんな場所だからいいのよ。今から私たちが行く場所って何だったかしら？
Well, I talked over you, but who cares? It's you. It's a place like this. That's why it's okay. Is that place we're going now? What? She like forgot it was called IBF. IBF, Top Secret Research Facility.
空だってそこで開発された可能性があるわ。レミューより先に IBF ってあったんでしょ？
Even Sora could have been developed there. There was IBF before Lemu, wasn't there? Does that mean we might be able to find a way to save Sora?
探してみる価値はありそうね。だけどその前に。
It's worth a try, but first... Yu's gaze is focused on Coco. I know, we're going to save Coco, I promise. But she's not as pretty, though. Our eyes are on this place. What is under heaven? So I presume that this means heaven. So this means country. It's like, wait, I can't get my cursor to show up on... Okay, sorry about that. Like, what was he talking about? So this means heaven. This means country. I presume this... Whoops. Oh, I see how that messes up. Okay. This is above... This is probably like above country. But I don't... This is not the symbol for up, by the way. This is not... So... It's a little more complicated than that. And then this means down. So... Heaven's possessive down is like heaven's underneath. That's how the sentence is structured, it appears. I haven't learned that part about Japanese and so on, but just kind of observing this, it looks like it's structured that way, where it's like under heaven is written as heaven's under, or the under of heaven. And then this is the what. So... Is it heaven there too, or is it...
Tiefe 119 Meter.
Come on, you can say hell. Depth 119 meters. Which means we're at the bottom. 17 minutes has passed apparently. The elevator arrived at the lowest level. Then the door opened. More German words I don't know. Mabzimmer. Generation Zimmer. Huh. Okay. Same as the emergency passageway in Lamu. And a series of corridors that may be narrower than that. And a bunch of noise or fuzz that got turned into treesis. Which means I have to change my sensitivity a bit here. It seems somehow more inorganic and cold than the building above. A lot different style, though, than how IBF was depicted in the original. Anyway, as we maneuver our feet into the aisle, the lights automatically came on a few steps ahead of us. Like, it's more like impressive interior design. The original was very Spartan in the way that IBF was designed. It wasn't as good looking. Okay. Oh, I think I already translated this. Yeah, I must have, because that's feet, so that already translated. Surely this must be computer controlled. As we move around, the lighting moves around a little bit. Passageway branches off into several branches, but all of them had watertight doors down at the end. IBF had been submerged in water, except for it probably should be this part. Well, that would be different from the original game, because the original game, none of IBS was flooded, but some of it was closed off, I think, for other reasons. But they were able to walk around quite a bit of it, off screen. They wouldn't like show it. They'd just be like, "So we walked around IBF and had a look, right? We found some logs with this conversation between this other guy and this other guy about his daughter." Anyway. But they don't like spend a lot of time describing that. Anyway, there was only a limited number of rooms you could enter. Fortunately, the location of the medical examining room was quickly located. Let's see if it looks exactly the same inside as it does in the upstairs. It shouldn't, because it has the pods, I presume. But the pods have not been mentioned yet. Right? Because Sora said they came down here in search of a vaccine, which again, that wouldn't help if you already have if you're already infected, but whatever. Not looking for pods. I quickly turned the handle and pushed the door open. Nope, it doesn't. There are pods. Okay, they just don't come down looking for the pods. They just happen to discover them upon arrival. There were several regular beds in the examination room, and a Lilium ARV that appeared to have a higher viscosity than the one in the room. It should just be fancier, right? She appeared to be thicker. Or sticky. No. I also saw a mysterious medical diary I've never seen before.
AR シリーズの最上位機種、レム ARE があるじゃない。まずはあれで個々を再検査してみましょう。治療法がわかるかもしれないから。
Top of the line model of the AR series is available. So let's use it to re examine Coco. Maybe be able to find a better treatment. I just want to spit. I'm gonna mess with the sensitivity some more here because I'm still getting like this bleed through. Okay. I like how go down from my back into the LEARV, whatever it's called, with LEMARE, which might be a typo, with the help of the boy and Sugumi.
よかった。だいたい操作はレム ARV と同じね。
Yeah, it's supposed to be ARV, not ARE. Good, there's a typo in the original in this. Typos. Good, the controls are almost the same as the LEMARV. Oh, it's different. It's the LE. Maybe it's because it's a different machine. It's actually not a typo. The LEMARE, the top of the line. Okay. Okay, I read it wrong. With use operation, the arm is activated, the laser scan is started, and the arm with the needle begins to move. Diagnostic data images are displayed one after another on the monitors in the medical office. And then the results of the diagnosis appeared. Tiefblau 2017, revision 17. Why am I translating blankness?
ティーフブラウ。
Tiefblau. Right about Sora. So what's the cure? Well, I mean, it is...
待って、
Okay.
今調べるから。
Wait, I'll look it up now.
名称、ティーフブラウ。
So
ティー
just
フブ
searching
ラウ
Tiefblau.
は IBF で発見された極めて致死性の高い悪性ウイルス。発症後の死亡率は 85% 以上。
No, not a percent sign. No. Oh, phooey. Well, this won't translate. Okay. I'll do it one line at a time here. Okay. It's extremely lethal virus found in IBF. Again, I don't have the percent sign cropped out. This is Y virus. Okay. Okay, mortality rate is 85%, is what it's supposed to read, probably. No, it is not an STI. That got us me doing some crappy thing.
ティーフブラウの潜伏期間は2日から7日。
Or deep blue being deep blue, deep L being a perv, one or the other. The incubation period for Tiefblau is 2 to 7 days.
主な症状は発熱、悪寒、頭痛、筋肉痛、食欲不振などに始まり、この辺は飛ばすわね。
The main symptoms are fever, nausea, headache, muscle aches, loss of appetite, etc.
治療法。あった。
Yeah, I'll skip this part. It's probably like an extra thing from that circle. Cure fistula situation. Cure habit law. There was. Well, a lot of those kanji got done, not done. So these are the same thing. Whoops. These are the same thing. I just need to get one of them to work. What? Okay, just this one kanji. Can't do it. Just frustrating. There we go. Okay, treatment therapy.
現在、IBF 内で治療方法を研究中。
But is he going to suggest using the pods? Oh, I got that kanji again. Kanji's going to get me here. It worked. Okay, currently researching therapeutic methods, I suppose, within IBF.
特定の界面生物の持つバクテリアを抽出して作られたオレンジアンプルに症状を緩和する効果があることを確認。
Orange ampules made by extracting bacteria from certain sponge organisms have been found to relieve symptoms. Okay, so you're gonna get the ampules.
高圧酸素治療装置を使い、白血球の殺菌作用を増大させ、症状をある程度緩和することを確認。
Using the kanji got messed up pressure oxygen therapy device, we have confirmed that it increases the bactericidal effect of white blood cells and alleviates symptoms to some extent. Wow, that's some rich vocabulary, Deepel. Bactericidal. I've never heard that word ever be used before in my life. Of course, obviously what it means, but what? The problem is that Deep Blue is a virus. It's not bacteria. So what in the world is this?
現在、完全な治療法は確立されておらず。
Before I ever wrote this game, bacteria and viruses are the same thing. But they are a lot different things. Currently, a complete cure has not been established or is available. Okay, so the treatment situation, because I know that's what this means is treatment, right? Is it has not been established and can be found at, keep saying and it can be found at here, or is yet to be found, something like that. I was momentarily
完
blinded.
全に治す方法は見つからなかったけど、オレンジアンプル、高圧酸素治療装置を試してみましょう。
I haven't found a way to completely cure it. They haven't, but orange ampule. But, Right, so try the orange ampule and the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is now finally the correct term, correct kanjis. Okay. Yeah. We split up and search for the orange ampules. And Coco and PP finds them, but she does it really quickly as opposed to the last time where the original where it's like there's some like hemming and hawing over this. And we found PP when PP examined when PP barked as he examined the shelves, and it was found. Oh, this is it. Like they search everywhere, they don't find them, and then PP finds one. It's like slower. It was a clear capsule filled with an orange liquid. There were 5 bottles. I hurriedly handed the ampule to you. How do you use it?
わかるわ。先を折って開封して、そのまま中身を注射するのよ。
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to snap the end off, open the package, and inject the contents straight into the bottle. You mean straight out of the bottle? It's like, I know what I'm going to do. Basically, you don't do that. You suck in with the hypodermic needle, and then you squirt a little bit out the tip so that you can make sure you get the air out, and then you squirt the rest into her arm. Or her butt, or whatever you want to inject it. Oh, I already... You immediately put the ampule in a syringe, stood it gently on Coco's arm, or just stood probably is the like literal usual translation of that word, but probably not what you would do it in this situation. Placed it perpendicular and injected the ampule. Then, after an orderly minute, gradually, though, slowly, her breathing became calmer and her body calmed down without any tremors.
体調はある程度持ち直したようね。
I think I'm feeling somewhat better. Maybe it's she's feeling. It's probably just, there's no pronoun there. It's like, I think feeling somewhat better. Good. I patted my chest. Interesting. You was a little teary-eyed. The boy bit his lip, slumped, and breathed. Tsugumi was still and quiet, staring at Coco. PP, nice work. This place... Coco looks fine. Commend to PP for finding the ampule. We're not done yet. Somewhere in there we gotta conclude we want to put Coco in the pod. PP, however, was sadly sniffing at the 3 alloy capsules. 3? Wait a second. Shouldn't there be 4? You said there were 5 and they used 1. People, are you saying this is a... Oh, these 3. Okay. Are you saying this is a hyperbaric oxygen therapy device? Being way less subtle about PP in this. I looked into the capsule. Oh. Some sort of reaction that I skipped. Inside that capsule was a person. Oh, this is... Okay, they're going to find him already in the pod. He looked about 40 years old, right? The man was in his 40s, wearing a white coat stained with blood in places. Oh, they're going to be so much less subtle here. Now he appears to be sleeping. There was a plate on his chest that read YT. Yep. This was not in the original. They did not put a plate on his chest. There's way more hints here. There's a person. There's a man in here.
どうやら先客がいたようね。白衣を着ているってことは、ここの研究員かしら。
What's Tsugumi gonna say here? It looks like you had a visitor before me. I wonder if he's a researcher here, since he's wearing a lab coat. Oh, we had a visitor before.
この人が入っているのが、高圧酸素治療装置のようね。クラナリー手伝って。ここをこの中に入れるから。
Looks like this guy is in the hyperbaric oxygen therapy unit. Kurinari, help me. I'll put Coco in here. So it's gonna... Probably just aw. Okay, same artwork as the original. You press the potentum next to the capsule and the latch opened. Coco is gently carried into it. Okay, and I might... I don't know if you really care about the one without Coco in the frame, but this is the one with Coco in the frame. And you can see like a vague outline of Yoiki in the upper right there. Pressing the button again, the capsule pod closed silently. Now I want to pay attention to this. Yoiki's on the right, right? Okay. See if this makes sense when you zoom back out. Do you know how to operate it?
マニュアルを見つけたわ。血まみれの。多分、彼をここに入れた人が見ていたようね。
I found the manual. It's bloody. Okay, it looks like maybe whoever put it in here was watching. Huh? See anything wrong in that sentence as far as the symbols are concerned. That's a weird translation, though. It's bloody. Huh. I presume this means blood? Tsugumi operates a terminal located a short distance away, manual on hand.
高圧酸素治療。セット。
I get what he's trying to say, though, is like the person who last got this out was Yoiki. Okay, hyperbaric oxygen therapy sets. I was going to say it's going to take so many hours or something for it to finish. We're going to get down to the wire. It's going to be like the last delay. We're going to get all the way to the time limit. A change in the monitors on the cylindrical column indicated that the pods were functioning well.
これで大丈夫なはずよ。
This should be fine. Okay. You Japanese people, you can actually spell out okay in Romanji, right? It's OKAY. The control panel shows the inside of the pod. Blood pressure, pulse, respiration. Even though that kanji got messed up and showed star. The transparent human touch allows me to see. Oh. Well, lid, right? Allows me to see the expressions on their faces. We watched for a few minutes. Coco and an unnamed researcher. Both are slowly but surely regaining normalcy.
よかった。
Good.
ええ。よかったわ。本当に。
Yeah, I'm glad, really. We haven't got to the divergence yet, though, from the bad ending to potential quote-unquote good endings, which I would call the bad ending, the short bad ending, and the long bad endings. I guess I managed to meet the question. Okay, you mean meet the task? Yep, and you're about to cough up some blood. We haven't had the other people show symptoms yet. That takes. Originally, they explored IBF first. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. So the worst is averted for now. But it's gonna get worse. Hey. After that, we'll do what we can to help. Okay. Coco is not likely to be moved soon. I don't think I can move right. Okay. Guess there's no time limit on it. The original, there was a time limit on the treatment pods where, like, you had to wait a certain amount of time before you could open them. But it looks like it is consistent in that there are two pods that are closed and the pod on the far left is open. So they didn't do anything like the pod in the middle being open, which would make the close view and the far view inconsistent. So at least they didn't mess that up. For starters, forget about escaping in a submersible or submarine. IBF may be a different situation than the one in Lamu. I think they just escaped directly from IBF. Don't they have to go back up to Lamu? They didn't plan to go back up? There may be other survivors, other escape routes might be found. Besides, there might be a clue to help Sora. It would be good to get as much information as possible about Tief Blau, for example. We're going to get a lot of information, mainly what it feels like to get it. We've had a biohazard happen at this facility. We're not the only ones. We have little time left, but we should still search for survival as long as time permits. We all agreed that me and Tsugumi were going to look inside IBF. Search for survival is a weird way to put that. You, who seemed to have the most medical knowledge among the members, remained in the infirmary with the boy and Pee-Pee as an escort for Coco and the researcher. I don't know if escort should be the word you'd use, but okay. With no navigation system in Sora and in an unknown location, the stipenders froze in place. You mean just like the searchers? Because like symbols like this can get redone. Walking all over. Yes, we froze in place by walking all over. It's just a bad translation tool thing. Okay, but you can also visit. Of course, isn't a good translation, but it's, it's like visiting. There were very few places we could go. Most of the corridors had already been closed. Some doors just couldn't be opened. I pried open the door to one of the rooms by force. I hurriedly closed that door as a strange odor overflowed. That is, a bunch of dead bodies piled up. In that room, glimpsed a small opening. It was just a whole lot of pink. Except the room covered in blood. In the room covered in blood, the blood was not pink, wasn't it? Several researchers had all clawed at their throats and were covered in blood and had died. Escape pods were also from Law. They're also gone, right? After seeing the scene so horrific, I wasn't too discouraged. Really? Okay. Oh, it's like in comparison, no escape pods isn't the big deal once you've seen a bunch of dead people. It was just empty. This time that symbol, this actually means empty. We couldn't find any other humans alive in IBF, basically. We all went back to the infirmary. They didn't find the logs. Oh, and originally they find some logs where some researcher's talking to another researcher about, oh, your daughter came. I heard she got a part-time job. And they're talking to someone named UT, not named YT. Like, what's the situation?
今のところは大丈夫だよ。
Yeah, I'm fine for now. You was sitting in a chair, looking a little tired, facing the pod's control panel. I'll take a peek at the bio response monitor sent to me from the pod. Most people would say vital signs. Blood pressure, pulse, respiration, all of them seem to be moving towards stabilization.
そうだ、倉成。やっぱり カプセルポットの中の研究員もココと同じティーフ・ブラウンに感染していたわ。
Yes, Kurinari. I knew that the researcher in the capsule pod was infected with teeth blue, just like Coco. Okay. So, I
あと
see. Okay.
ティーフ・ブラウンについて医療関連のデータベースも確認したんだけど。
Afterwards, I also checked the medical database about Teeth Blau. Hesitantly, Yu opens her mouth. What'd you find
やっ
out?
ぱりティーフ・ブラウンの治療法、決定的なものはまだ発見されていないみたい。
After all, Teeth Blau's treatment method, it seems that nothing definitive has been discovered yet.
今行っている対処療法しかないみたい。
Okay, so it seems the only thing we can do now is cope. The vaccine.
残念ながらないみたいね。開発はしていたみたいだけど、あまりいい結果は出ていないみたい。
Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be there. They've been developing it, but not with very good results. My mind's eye, the scene of the miserable room I just saw comes back to me. Deserved, nevertheless. If the vaccine had been available, we wouldn't have witnessed such a cruel scene. I don't know if deserved is the right word, but okay.
あとは確率の低い自然治癒を待つしか方法はないらしいの。
Should be more like confirmed. There was a vaccine, I wouldn't have seen all that death. The only thing left, because that's apparently how vaccines work in this universe. The only thing left to do is to wait for natural healing, which has a low probability. I see. 15%. Not that high of a top percentage to hit if you're me. It's hard. What? Well, right. So if it's 85%, that means that not everybody in IBF would have died, right? Only 85% of the people. That's kind of like a loophole in the original. Is they still say that they call it the chance of death is 85%, but every single person in IBF dies. It's not 80. It's like 100%. There isn't anybody who just kind of survives Tief Blau just because they survive it. That just doesn't happen. You'd say, well, what about Coco? Well, I guess it counts if you get frozen, but there's an implication that if you get frozen, you're going to survive regardless, because somehow freezing works like that. That doesn't get counted into the
それって
percentage.
どういうこと？
What does that mean?
えーっと
Yeah, I won't translate. It means she's gonna die, kid. When you hesitate to say anything, Tsugumi replies instead.
そうね。つまり
Well, I mean,
ココが治るにはココ自身の免疫機能が頑張るしかないってこと。
I was gonna say it depends on Coco's will to live, right? The only way for Coco to recover is for her immune system to do its best.
あとは祈るしかない。
All we can do now is pray.
そんな
Such as,
ココは治らないの？
Can't you cure Coco? Nope. Nope. Things don't always work out the way you want them to. The boy looked like he was about to cry. I'm not saying it can't be cured. It's just a 15% though. It's just very unlikely. But whether or not she will be cured is a matter of... Okay. The reason I was on her will to live, that's probably maybe what this is supposed to say. Yeah, this comes up betting. It's like I have to bet on Coco's own survival. Not gonna trust that translation there. Not gonna trust any of these, really. Just kind of guessing. The boy walked up to the capsule pod where Coco sleeps.
ここ。ここ。
The boy was squirming up against the pod and holding it as if to embrace it.
あのポットがココをどれだけ助けてくれるかも未知数なの。
Remains to be seen how much help that pod will be for Coco. I mean, they're already at 12.5 atmospheres. I mean, how... You mutters as she looks at the biological leads on the monitor.
高圧酸素治療の他にもレーザーでの殺菌やら簡単な手術のできる機能も備わってるらしいし。
In addition to hyperbaric oxygen therapy, it is also equipped with laser sterilization and simple surgical functions.
使い方によってはハイバネーションすら可能のようだけど。
And it's just gonna say it could even do cryogenic suspension. Depending on how you use it, it may even be possible to have... Okay. Ha, I, ba, Fos, Ho, Shi, Yo, so shown. Okay. Hai, ba, Hosho. I can't make very much out of that. Eight inversions. This is wrong. Okay.
ハイバネーション
Oh, hibernation. Okay. Thank you, Tsugumi, for clarifying that for me. What's that, you?
コールドスリープ冬眠のことよ。
Okay, I heard that. It's cold sleep. Cold sleep. I mean, hibernation. You replied as if it were a matter of course. Hibernation? That's inevitably going to be used in this plot, isn't it? You know, the stuff that... Bears are supposed to be in there? Frogs do?
そう
So, okay.
ハイバネーション機能があるってことはつまり人工冬眠ができるってことだと思うわ。
I think the hibernation function means that you can do artificial hibernation.
冬眠のスイッチを入れる人工タンパク質を注入して、
Injecting artificial proteins that turn on hibernation.
人間の体を6度から7度ぐらいの低体温状態に保って、心拍数と呼吸数をギリギリまで減らす。
Proteins? It keeps the human body in a hypothermic state of about 6 to 7 degrees Celsius and reduces the heart rate and respiration rate to the bare minimum.
そうすることによって代謝効率を下げてエネルギーを極力消費しないようにするんだって。
Which somehow helps cure the disease in the original, even though heart rate and respiration rate at the bare minimum doesn't. This will lower the metabolic efficiency and consume as little energy as possible.
まあもうすぐ沈んでしまうここでは無用の長物ってやつだけど。
This allows you to live for 17 years continuously without eating. Wait, what? Well, it's useless here, where we'll be sinking soon. Remember, IBF doesn't actually sink, because IBF is already at the bottom of the ocean. And it's also not flooded. But the characters haven't realized that yet, because if you look at that thing where the characters are thinking IBF is going to get destroyed. You slowly looked up from the manual.
とにかく今は信じて待つしかないわ。
Anyways, for now, we just have to believe and wait. Something beeps. Gonna get the researcher now. A sharp electronic sound returned from the control panel monitor. Everyone looked at the screen at once, wondering what was going on. The boy also comes running this way. The researcher said it makes a noise. The face of the researcher with a look of anguish was shown. In the cramped capsule, he is writhing wildly. Oh, you old man. Let's see. Oh, Susane. I guess that's old man, apparently. He coughed violently and clawed at his throat. His hands and mouth were stained red. Nice voice acting. Those lines are fun. The skin is rapidly losing its blood color. Okay, I can't really read any of that because we got some bad readings here. But basically, describing bad stuff happening to him.
そんないきなり容体が変わるなんて。
Oh no, I can't believe he suddenly changed his condition. Hey, old man, don't scratch your throat anymore. You'll rip it out. Good. That's some fun voice acting. He slowly dismisses the hand that was tormenting his own neck. Are you okay? To someone who's like, are you okay? Do I look like I'm okay? Do I sound like I'm okay? Why do you think I'm in this pod if I wasn't okay? If I was okay? I wondered if my voice had reached him or if he had regained consciousness, and the old man looked at me. Because he's in his 40s, that makes him an old man apparently. The eyes widen in surprise.
いや、君は救助隊じゃなさそうだな。
You don't look like a rescue team.
すまんな。我々のせいで。
How is someone supposed to rescue you from Teeth Blau, though? Sorry, it's our fault.
もうここまでだな。
I don't think that's going to translate to anything, really. The researcher was barely holding his breath.
これも報いか。
Let's see what that kanji is. Is this retribution? Exhaling big gulps of air, the O in... Okay. This basically exhales big gulps of air. Or loudly. But the new breathing doesn't last. He frantically flips through the manual and explores the control panel. Daga? There's nothing we can do about it. Or this is the expression, it can't be helped. I can't find a way to save him. You hit the manual. She puts her elbows on the panel and covers her face with her hands. She lets out a squealing sob. She knows that's her father, and these guys don't. But I don't know why the father would say that this is his retribution. Unless he figures he's failed somehow. Tsugumi and the boy were also staring at the monitor with tense expressions. Researcher's biological response is weakening.
彼の娘を救えただろうか。
This means daughter, I suppose. I presume. His daughter. Save her. I think the coulds are interjected. Okay. So yes, it does have daughter in it. Okay, so just some awing.
娘を
Someone had to voice act this.
娘たちを頼むぞ
Daughter, and then please. This game seems to wander and stare at you. And it looked like he laughed.
私は最後に
So first watashi, so that's I, will be, and then sunsetted.
救われたかもしれない
Is that an apology? I didn't pick up on that, but okay. Just be like, and then death. This is what it sounds like if you have tinnitus. The capsule pod's bio leads emptied and made a long, inorganic electronic sound, which you are now being subjected to. Could not be saved. Basically, we couldn't save him. Finally, that backs off. I reached for the panel and stopped the electronic beeping that kept going on. Thank you, Takeshi. And then Coco Possessive. How is she doing?
正常よ。
Normal. For now. And a trembling voice, wet with tears, you said slightly.
今のところここには問題ないわ。
Or quietly, that is. Currently, I'll have to redo that on the backlog. Because this, which turned into that, so it turned into rotten. The rotten isn't there. I presume it's just currently there are no bad symptoms here. Yeah, I won't bother. I know what it means. Gee whiz. I see. Oh man. Well, this guy's, we'll probably have to bury him later. For a while, no one could move from there. And I'm gonna... I might want this so I can use this for something. And screen capture the video with this in it. Okay. Seriousness of the situation that we saw. But time, I don't know why they're saying question, time is surely passing. The matter of time is probably what they're saying. The issue of time is passing. Time didn't allow us to continue to stagnate. The time was soon to pass. Time was about to pass 4 p.m. 30 minutes on May 6th. Well, I don't know where they're getting the 2012 from. Um, 5 May 6th at 4:30. Yep. Time of collapse. Dead researcher was taken out of the capsule, put cold on the bed, and everyone said a silent prayer. And in doing so, they touched this guy who was infected with with deep blue, which won't matter because um, sure. Afterwards, everyone discussed the situation and unanimously decided to stay at IBF until the very last minute for Coco's sake and to continue Coco's treatment. So they're basically just going to stay at IBF until right before they think Lemoo's going to collapse. And they go back up to Lemoo, get on the sub, get out of there. Kazmierval should have already been charged. Now I need time. Now just need to time it just right. Time was 4:43. I'm not getting these times right, am I? So I thought 4:30 was a deadline, but now they're saying, okay, it's already 4:43. Time limit remaining 4 hours. Okay, so 14 hours and 17 minutes. Oh, that's quite a while. Okay. Okay, so 14 hours. That's quite, yes. Okay. So it misread it. It was actually May 7th. That was the end. Whatever. We have 14 hours remaining. I was heading to a room with you and 2 others. And this is where he starts coughing up blood, right? Probably gonna spend 14 hours in this. Is it true? I mean, I just figured out how to do. I mean, did you figure out how to do an empty backup?
ええ、亡くなった研究員の人がみんなが探索へ出てる間にその人の検査をしていた時教えてくれたの。
Or it could be a Sora backup, depends on how you read it. When the deceased researcher was when I was examining him, when you were all out exploring, he told me about. So he told her that he was her father. Okay. Another researcher. Oh, that researcher.
研究員さんは苦しそうだったし、私はちょっと気が咎めたんだけど。
The researcher looked distressed and was a bit uncomfortable.
彼、話してる方が気分が楽だからって。
I just. He felt. Well, the original is he felt more. Said it felt more comfortable. He felt more comfortable when he talked to me.
それで分かったんだけど、彼は娘を助けるため、あえて IBF に残っていたのよ。
I told him to go. That's how I found out he was trying to save his daughter. And that's why he stayed in IBF. Okay, continue. It's confusing. His daughter.
空のことよ。空を作った開発スタッフのうちの一人だったって、そう言ってたから。
Right, and his daughter is Sora, as far as we know for now. It's kind of a misdirection. He said he was one, I guess I'll just read it off, one person of the development staff that created Sora. You had used the ID card he had and entered the room. Or she had, one or the other. No, it would have to be he because it's an IBF room. Several computer terminals were located in that room. Even though it looks exactly like the Lamu control room, we didn't decide to make a new background for the IBF control room, but whatever. Yu sits down at one of the terminals and starts tapping away at the keyboard. While continuing her work, Yu continues her story.
それで彼はこの部屋で空を助けるためのバックアッププログラムを組んでいたのよ。
So he was in this room working on a backup program to help Sora.
キーフ・ブラウンに感染しているにもかかわらず、何日も生死の狭間をさまよいながらね。
Despite being infected with Deep Blue, he's been hovering between life and death for days. The old man, he risked his life for Sora.
罪滅ぼしなんだって。
Said it's sign cure? Huh? What is that? Oh. Okay. So penance.
彼には本当の娘がいたのよ。だけど娘が生まれてすぐの頃、彼にライプリヒ製薬から誘いがあって。
He had a real daughter, but shortly before she was born, he got an offer from Lieblich
最
Pharmaceuticals.
新の設備で研究資金を気にすることなく、いくらでも好きな研究に没頭できる。研究者にとっては夢のような環境を提示され。
The latest equipment and a dream environment for researchers where they can devote themselves to their favorite research as much as they want without worrying about research funding.
彼は自分の欲求に負けて、家族を捨てて、ここへ来たって言ってたわ。
He said he gave in to his desires and left his family to come here.
彼は今まで家族に、本当の娘に何もしてやれなかったことを悔やんでいたわ。
This is a very dumbed down version of the story. Much like sugar-coated version. He has been to his family. I was so sad for him that he didn't do anything for his real daughter. Oh, it was sad for him that he did not do anything for his real daughter. Yes, and we figure out this was not his choice, actually. And he wanted to save his other daughter, no matter what it took.
まあ、そんなこと言っても、本当は自分の研究成果を、生きた証を残したかっただけかもしれないけどね。
It also makes him a weirdo because it's just a computer program. Well, it might have just wanted to leave a living testimony of his research results when he said that. At that moment, you smiled sadly for some reason.
あった。これね。このプログラムね。
There it is. This one, this program. Have you found the program to help Sora?
ええ。あとはこのプログラムをヒンメルのコンピュータールームで実行させればいいんだけど、IBF とはコンピューターの管轄が違うんだっけ。
Yeah, all we need to do is run this program. We can have it run in Himmel's computer room. Okay, something about the computer being different from the one on IBF. I don't really know what it's trying to say though. Okay.
クラナリ、何かデータをコピーできるものってない？多分どこかにあると思うんだけど。
Fenara, do you have anything that can copy data? I'm sure it's out there somewhere. In other words, do you have a physical medium to copy the data on? You mean we can copy Sora here?
いえ、コピーするのは空をバックアップするためのプログラムよ。空は IBF コンピューターの中にはいないみたい。
No, it's the program that copies the Sora from the backup. For the backup, Sora doesn't seem to be in the IBF computer.
ヒンメルのコンピュータールームじゃないと、この空のバックアッププログラムは起動しないみたいなの。とにかく急いで。
You have to go back up to Himmel to do it, right? I can't seem to get this Sora backup program to work unless I'm in Himmel's computer room. So I'm going to have to... Oh. I don't know if hurry is the right thing to translate that into either, but... I'm going to have to go there anyway. I got it. This is crazy how Mary code. Since when does your code ever run the first time without testing it on something? It's like, how did he test this? We split up and looked for something that could copy the program. You searched the nearby desk, and I searched the shelf. Oh, we actually find it instead of PP. Oh, it's x64 instead of x86. Lieblich terabyte disk. Because 1 terabyte is apparently big. Exploring the shelves, a plastic disc of about 10 centimeters in a square case caught my eye. There was a can we use terabyte disks? Well, that made that a lot easier. It's not like the original where he literally finds it underneath a loose tile in the floor. And Yoiki already did the copying, so it doesn't matter. When I turned around, Yu was just standing still in front of her desk. She's gonna heart condition again. And then she's going to deep blue symptom again, or for the first time. The original, the next person to show symptoms is the kid. Likely. Takeshi and the kid, they do it in separate locations, so whoever it is, Yu or Tsugumi, who is still in the infirmary, shouts out, Takeshi 2? Right. So it's kind of like Takeshi and the kid at the same time in different places. But anyway, not Yu. As I approached, I saw that Yu was staring at a photo frame on the desk. Oh, it's a photo of Yoiki holding Yu. Yeah, ocean. For some reason we hide his hair because we hide all the male characters' hair. Just a habit they're in. There's a picture of the researcher when he was still young holding a lovely baby. While also wearing a lab coat kind of thing. It's kind of like a suit jacket, but like, I guess it's a suit. Looking closely, the edge of the photo frame was a little dirty with hand stains, as if it had been picked up and looked at many times. I wonder what the owner of that photo was thinking as he held it in his hand. As he held her in his hand. Oh, I didn't make it that capturable, but okay. A muffled sound, like maybe I'll be back here later at some point. A muffled sound like a questioning echoes in the distance. It seems to be transmitted from the water to IBF. Through the water to IBF. I don't know if it's questioning. Basically, something's going wrong somewhere. Is that the sound of a hydrothermal vent? Or geothermal vent? For some reason, this can't be translated, but it doesn't have any percent signs or anything in it, so I don't see why there's a problem. Oh, wonder if the facility above is still going strong. Time limit is definitely approaching.
それで倉成、コピーできるものは見つかった？
So, Kurinari, did you find anything you can copy? Or you can copy too? Oh, there's a terabyte disk. Is this okay?
十分よ。それじゃあ急いでプログラムをコピーして空を助けましょう。
1 minute. Oh. It's not 1, it's 10 minutes. Then let's hurry up and copy the program and save Sora. Run the copying program. Yu's eyes seemed to be moist as she said that. Moist. Finished copying the program. Oh, they just did it. We were headed back to the infirmary. What? They just do it? They just finished? They went back up to... Whoa.
空の姉妹。空の妹にあたる機種で、空の発展型みたいよ。
After copying the program, we were on our way back to the infirmary. Okay, so they just went up, they went back up to Lemieux and then back down, and that was it? So we can put this guy in a drive in the main computer in an empty mainframe. Which a mainframe is a term for a disk. I held up the terabyte disk and asked you. And you says, yes, that should automatically run the program. I see, but if this program allows you to back up Sora, what happens to Sora when you do that? Another computer, I thought Sora had to be a specific model of a computer. Oh, that's something you says. I'm all confused. Wait, so they just need to copy the program onto the terabyte disk. No, they didn't copy Sora onto the terabyte disk. They just copied the program onto the disk. Okay. I don't know the details either, but there is an empty LMQSS17, and it seems that their successors can back up Sora. Okay. LMQSS17? It's the sister of Sora. Okay, and the development of Sora? Where is it?
さあ、それはわからないけど、そのプログラムを実行させると、転送先のコンピューターのニューロンを組み替えて展開させながら、空と同じシステムを再構築するみたいね。
Well, I don't know about that, but it seems that when you run that program, it reconstructs the same system as Sora, recombining and unfolding the neurons to the destination computer. It's an emulator! Yes. LMQSS17. th sister of Sora. So what about the contents of the original LMQSS17? They just keep going and get destroyed,
そう
right?
ね。一つのコンピューターを共用して使うみたいだから、片方が消えるとか統合されるとかじゃなく、二重人格的な感じかしら。
Yes, it's like using two computers together. So I don't think one of them will disappear or merge into the other. More like a dual personality. Okay. Oh, like what happens to the computer you put the copy on? Dual personalities.
どうやらそのコンピューターって完全非ノイマン型の量子コンピューターだから、共存した状態、重ね合わせ状態で存在するんじゃないかしら。
Apparently, the computer is a fully non whatever Newmanian is quantum computer, so exists in a coexistent superimposed state. No, they're doing the quantum computer stuff. An overlapping state? So I guess they weren't trying to explain. They were trying to say what happens to the computer you copy Sora onto. Right. What happens to the person in there? Suddenly, feeling uncomfortable, I stopped. And cough up blood. I look up at the ceiling. For some reason, my vision is blurred and appears to be twofold.
クラナリどうしたの？
Kurinari, what's wrong? You pinched me and looked at the ceiling. Okay. Was pinched. There was nothing there. There's nothing on the ceiling? Okay. She turns her gaze back to me. I don't know what pinched meant in that context. No. Kinda. It's like, I don't feel so good. Suddenly my vision blurred.
ちょっと、クラナリ、あんた鼻血が。
Kurinari, you have a nosebleed. What?
鼻血が出てる。
Nosebleed. I presume this is like nose blood exiting. What? I hurriedly wiped my mouth. It smelled of iron. Sloppery, watery blood dripped down my nose, or out of my nose.
ちょっと、大丈夫？
Are you okay? It's like, do I look like okay? My blood's running out my nose. You looked at my face with concern. Okay. And he collapses on the floor. Wiping the bridge of my nose as I look up, I answer. Why is there an H? Well, maybe doing this deval stuff will give me. Nope, it turns it into day. Okay, of course I wasn't thinking of H.
こんな時に、何バカなこと言ってんの？
Is H mean something in Japanese? I wasn't thinking of anything H. Well, what are you talking about? Yeah, we have to stop the blood first. Tei Sushio. I reached into my pocket and took out a tissue. Oh, that's what Tei Sushio is, tissue. Meanwhile, the blood drips down. Oh, this is so lame.
学校なんかどうでもいいじゃない。
I don't care what you look like. I was like, I look so uncool. Nosebleeds are disgusting.
ちょっとねえ、本当に大丈夫？
You sure you're okay? Hatsuku Shu Shoi. Apparently doesn't translate into anything. I sneezed profusely. The walls and floors of the hall were stained with splashes of blood, basically. Blood flows from into the mouth, perhaps refluxed from the nose, okay? Oh no. Instantly, the dizziness intensifies. Whoa. I sunk my finger into the skip button again. Okay. Suddenly, the vision starts to go round and round. Says some stuff that doesn't make sense. I'm starting to feel a little sick, but I found it irresistibly funny. For some reason, I was laughing. Hahaha, I'm dying. Hahaha, what the hell? Hey. Are you? No way. Right, you're getting it. Use complexion, turns pale. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I'm just a little tired.
全然大丈夫じゃない。
It's not okay at
あ
all.
なた、血まみれなのよ。
You're bleeding all over the place, probably. You're covered in blood.
早く医務室に戻りましょう。すぐ検査するからね。
Let's go back to the infirmary as soon as possible and examine you right away. Says some stuff. Guru. Yep. The weird dairy town. Wow, okay. Feelings started to disappear, Instead, it progressively got progressively frostier. A lot of kanji got messed up in that sentence. I'm trying to make it a little bit thicker here. There we go. Well, I still got Dairy Town for some reason. Seriously? This really? Made my way down the aisle with you supporting me on her shoulder. As soon as she enters the infirmary, Tsugumi rushes to... Or as soon as I enter the infirmary, Tsugumi rushes to me.
少年が大変なの。
Alright, the kid is in trouble. She screamed in blood. I guess presumably she had blood on covering her.
少年がどうしたの？
Kid, what's wrong with him?
大変なのよ。とにかく。
It's like trouble. Anyway.
まさかあなたも。
No way, you too? Tsugumi sees me and chokes on her words.
あなたも？
Yeah, what does anatamo mean? You too? What do you mean? The boy was laid on the limb R table.
おかえり、たけし。
Okay, so Okare Takeshi. Okari Takeshi. That doesn't really have a translation. The boy weakly greeted me. Yo. I tried to return the greeting as cheerfully as I could, but I couldn't. The boy's diagnosis is shown on the monitor of the control panel. Teeth blow.
少年もティーフブラウンに感染してる。
Basically, the kid, teeth, deep blue, and then something at the end. Yeah, the boy is also infected with deep blue. Deep blue. We knew this. Just not trying to think of anyone else. Oh, interesting. The fact that there was a biohazard going on in IBF and that Coco was infected with teeth blow. Given this, it should immediately occur to you that we were already infected with Teeth Blue. Or should have already occurred to me. But the truth scared me. Perhaps that is why no one was being scanned.
あなたもスキャンを受けて。
You get scanned too. Maybe it should have said, maybe that's why I didn't want to get scanned or something. Everyone was afraid to know the truth. Tsugumi doesn't want to get scanned for a different reason right now. I placed the terabyte disk on the desk and leaned against it, waiting for you and Tsugumi to sit the wobbly boy down in a nearby chair. I also became a tree by myself while I wobbled to Lemur, to that now like available LAMRE. It probably has to do with this like duplication here. You know, when it became a tree means something else. I'm ready for this one. Let's get started.
OK。ユウ、スキャンをお願い。
Okay, you scan him, please. I don't know why I tried to translate that. Clicking muscle memory. You controls the control panel. Scanning light on the scanner crawls silently over me as I lie there. A prick can kneel in my arm, drawing my blood. And then... Yeah, I forgot that Takeshi gets scanned here, and the scan thing does not say Cure carrier. That's important. Okay, but anyway. You and Tsugumi were looking at the monitor display. Displaying the results of diagnosis. From my sleeping position, my lying down position, that is, I could not see the monitor. It's the result. My own voice is slightly raised. Say something, you.
結果は。
Result is... It's being drawn out here. You remains motionless as she stares at the panel.
結果は黒。ね。あなた、やっぱり感染しているわ。
The result is black, right? You are infected after all.
残念だけど。
I'm sorry. I see.
IBF に来て。ずっと以前から、海の中のレミューにいた頃から。
They saying when you came to IBF no long before, since you were in Lemu.
私たち全員、とっくの昔にティーフ・ブラウンに感染していたのよ。
All of us long ago. Even I was infected with teeth blue. Or teeth blow. Fumi speaks the truth that no one else could say. There you go. I stand up from the LEMARE and fall on the ground. A moment later, I am struck with a terrible dizziness.
たけし、危ない。
It says, Takeshi, be careful. For some reason, it sent me a target. Oh, there we go. I was about to fall down, and the boy held me as quickly as he could. Or grabbed me, one or the other. Boy, I'm sorry. The boy, too, is not sure where his footing is. Manages to support himself with his hands on the wall.
困ったもんだね。
Or I do, we don't know because of the pronouns. But it's probably him. Wrong kanji. There we go, that's virus. Trouble. Okay. Still can't read the trouble, the kanji for trouble for some reason. The boy laughs as he is in trouble. And like literally, it's like man. And make the same face.
ほら少年、倉成、こっちへ来なさい。オレンジアンプルを注射するから。
Kurinari, come here. I'm going to inject you with an orange ampule. Injection.
注射、
Injection?
困ったもんだね。
Trouble, right? I've turned it to country. Yeah, the trouble turned into country. Again. Okay, let's ignore that. Again, we looked at each other and laughed, as we were both in trouble.
えっ、
Ouch.
ほら男でしょ。こんなの我慢しなさい。
So you're a man. You have to put up with this kind of thing. Wait, she just kind of, if you're a boy, she stabs it into you real hard. I can't confirm. I've gotten shots from male nurses and female nurses, and the female nurses stab it into me harder. It's like, why? With a relentless injection technique, you inserted the needle and injected the ampule into the boy and me. I guess I can rest easy for a while now. I said this while holding my injection arm with an alcohol-soaked cotton ball. He is gradually calming down, perhaps because of the relief he feels from the injection from the ampule, or maybe it's me, not him. Thank you, you. I gave her a thumbs up and said so. Okay.
どういたしまして。
You're welcome.
サンキュー、ユウ。
Thank you, you, but in English for some reason. The boy who was sitting at the bed also imitated me and gave a thumbs up.
どういたしまして。
You're welcome. You replied the same as she did to me. The boy giggles and closes his eyes, then he falls straight back down. After a while, you can hear him quietly sleeping. Apparently, he fell asleep right away. So how's it going? How's Coco going in there?
まだ高圧酸素治療の最中よ。ポットを開けることはできないわ。
We're still in the middle of a hyperbaric oxygen therapy. I can't open the pods. Oh, they are doing the thing where you can't open it in the process. Okay.
治療は今のところ順調かな。安定しているから、症状の急激な悪化はないと思うけど。
I think the treatment is going well so far. She is stable, but I don't think there will be a sudden worsening of symptoms, even though that happened to the researcher.
アンプルも、もう打ったしね。
I've already shot the ampule. Oh yeah, just to be safe, shouldn't you be injected with an ampule too? You wouldn't want to waste it though, you want to wait till the symptoms show up. We had 5 ampules for the number of patients, so we should give one to each of them.
いや、私は。
I don't like shots. What's gonna happen here? For some reason, you hesitates. Suddenly, you coughs. Are you okay?
平気。これは持病だから、注射なんか必要ないわ。
I'm fine. It's a chronic disease. I don't need a shot. With that, Yu pulls out a bottle of pills from her bag. Coughing. Yu's coughing again. Blood stuck to her hand that unexpectedly covered her mouth. Look. Uh, basically, it's like injection. Get an injection. Or give me the. Oh, yeah, okay. Give me the injection. Actually makes sense here.
嫌だよ。
No. I mean, there's two things happening. One, I'm coming down with symptoms of teeth blow, and Takeshi's going to give me a shot. Which one's worse? The shot. Are you having trouble injecting yourself? If so, shall I or Tsugumi give you an injection instead?
違うの。私、注射苦手なの。
I'm not good at injections. What? Or not good with injections. You've been stabbing people mercilessly.
自分がされるのは嫌なのね。
So you're the one who gets yourself made a miss. Oh. There's some expression there in Japanese that doesn't, yeah, I don't get it.
そうなの。痛いの嫌なの。だから勘弁して。
Yeah, I don't like pain. So give me a break. You was cute and stuff. You know, lives are at stake. What are you doing? Or your life is at stake, that is. Yeah, I'm in this situation, but you're right, I'm appalled. Okay.
まったく、しょうがないわね。それじゃあ私が打つわ。
I can't help it. I'll hit it then. Whatever. That's again, no symbols are messed up, so that's just how it translates it. I can't really fix that. Huh?
あなた、ユウの腕を押さえててくれない？
Can you hold Yu's arm? Roger. It's probably what that's supposed to be. Gosh, is what that looks like to me. It's like time to perform an assault of some kind with a needle. I grabbed Yu's shoulders and arms and secured them so I could inject, well, so that they could be injected.
ちょっと何です痛い。
Hey, what are you doing?
それじゃ行くわよ。
Then let's go. This is how I thought it should have gone in the original, is that Tsugumi injects her. I forgot how it actually resolves. I think Yu actually ends up injecting herself in the end, but she somehow. Tsugumi points the needle up, pushes the plunger, and releases the air. Then...
痛い、死んじゃうよ。痛いよ、痛いよ。
It hurts. And she hasn't even been stabbed yet.
もう終わったわよ。
Extra Mo is giving me issues here. Probably. Let me try to eliminate said extra Mo. I'm done with you, or it's over, or whatever.
いつ撃ったの？
When'd you do that? Then she stabs her. Wonder you was surprised. Just a few moments, Sugumi gave the perfect injection.
すごい。全然痛くなかった。
It's amazing, it didn't hurt at all. You should have stabbed her, just didn't hurt. Then what was all of the fuss? Couldn't help but poke my head in.
けど、つぐみ、あんたどこかで注射。
Great. Sugumi, where'd you get your injection training? Oh dear. Just something to look at. I've been hit so many times day after day. Right. She's been injected. Then Sugumi squinted her eyes at something somewhere far away. Then you also underwent a medical checkup at LEMARE and was also found to be suffering from teeth. Wow. And I will stop there. Done.